back on Scots with Soul. What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Scots and Soul podcast. I'm Cody, my dog, and tonight we have HighlandRocket on my left hand side. Top left we have Killie81, and right above me we have SMViper. So how are we doing tonight, HighlandRocket san?
Good, mate. A little bit of hangover, but apart from that, pretty alright.
Pretty fresh. How about you, Killie san? How are you tonight?
I'm not bad, enjoying a margarita, so it's all good.
Enjoying a margarita that he had to make for his wife so as he could appear here tonight.
Shush.
Viper, how are you, san?
Doing alright. I'm here with a bottle of mango and passion sparkling water, so I'm a good boy because I'm on a diet.
I'm still having my pre-stream cigarette. We've started the stream a bit late, so I'm having my pre-stream cigarette on stream. Fuck it. But we'll start with what we've been doing on our channels this week. Me, I've just been fucking about doing my normal shit. I've been really struggling to figure out what game I wanted to play. But HighlandRocket, what you been doing on your channel this week?
Not a lot, to be honest, mate. I've not been doing a lot of streaming this last week. I've been kind of like in and out, doing like no mic streams and that for maybe a couple of hours. And I'm only just starting to pick back into it.
No mic streams. He doesn't want to say try hard, don't you know?
Just sometimes I don't know, the fact it kind of sometimes it can weigh on you, and like sometimes I just go through wee cycles where I've just maybe not stream as avidly and that, and it just sort of picks back up naturally. It's something I can't force. Unfortunately, I never produces what I find a good stream. So, what I do to counter that is I'll have like I'll strive for something like literally kind of like try hard, so maybe trying to do something maybe on leagues or tournaments or that kind of thing,
and shift the focus off yourself basically a wee bit.
Yeah, man, and more in the game. And
that is exactly
playing,
what I try and do when I'm running out of creativity and stuff like that, mate. That's why I've got the hype train, do you know what I mean? Because I thought, see this wave of creativity I've got, I'm going to record them all and I'm going to put them on my stream and fucking play the recordings. So as when I'm bored or when I'm not being funny, I can play the recording that is funny. Do you know what I mean? Same sort of thing you're trying to do, except try to achieve it in a different way.
Yeah, man. Something else to watch for.
Aye. But Killie-san, what you been up to in your channel this week?
Not much, to be honest. Fortnite mainly, trying to actually get my accuracy above 10%. Struggling, because I'm shit. But, oh, God, it's meant to be a PG stream. Apologies.
Oh, fuck, it's meant to be a PG.
First one was me, of course it was. That's about it, though. I've not been streaming that much this week, so just going to try and get back into it.
Wish I had asked you last, because that's a good segment into one of the sections. But Viper, what you been up to in your channel this week?
I've just been, God, what have I can't even fucking mind. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
It's a PG stream. You can't say fucker bugger. Oh fuck, say bugger.
I've been playing Lucio Ball and Rocket League. No, I'm trying to remember. Aye, Lucio Ball and Rocket League, and
sounds like two games I'm really bad at. Like, I know I'm really bad at Rocket League, but Lucio
I'm
Ball
bad at Rocket League too.
Really
anyway,
bad at that too.
Yeah, that and I just been working away and everything. So,
aye. But what Killie was saying was he's playing at Fortnite and he's trying to get better. But that leads on to one of the topics I wanted to talk about tonight. I was actually reading a BBC article. I know, I was looking through the news and I was on BBC. I know, right, shut up.
You're a bad Scottish person.
Right, I know, right, shut up. But they were talking about how it was an article written by a father, right? And it basically is, why can't I beat my 12-year-old at video games? Why do we think that is? Me personally, I think it's because, see these 12-year-olds, see since they could fucking see before they could speak, they had a controller in their hands. They could manipulate the computer before they could manipulate their mother. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I think that we can't beat these 12-year-olds when we come up against them in Call of Duty, Destiny, Fortnite, wherever it may be, and you're always just like, fucking 12-year-olds and their fucking twitchy skills, man. But what do we think about it? Anybody get an opinion on that?
Yeah, well, basically, the reason that I think it happens is like the same reason that a lot of people are hating on the current COD, and it's because as you get older, your reactions and your timing slows down. Regardless, it's a natural progression. Like me, 13 to 15 to 16-year-old me playing fucking original Call of Duty, man. It sickens me thinking how insane I was back in those days, man. And I'm trying to play it even at 26, mate. And I'm not like, I can't play, obviously, but there's just that little tiny wee edge that I just don't have that I had when I was like 15, 16. That insane fucking just like like it's fucking mad, mate. Like I think that's why people are hating on the current COD as well, because it's just so like things obviously change and that, and like game mechanics as well change. So what you were used to back in the day isn't the same anymore. There's little tweaks and things are different, and the way that games are, the metas in games change a wee bit.
But Call of Duty has an added effect for it. Call of Duty has this added effect to it. I know I went and played other games where the vertical element was much more. But see, in Call of Duty, the games they never really had a vertical element apart from you could walk upstairs. You know what I mean? Like, but now you've got all these jumps, these double jumps. You can glide and wall run, and you're like, where the fuck is this cunt? You know what I mean? Like, where is he? You could be anywhere, whereas in older Call of Duties, and especially there's a lot of people that, especially in Scotland, there's a lot of my generation that have only played Call of Duty, that have never played other games, do you know what I mean? So see, for those guys, see when the vertical element get introduced, they were like a deer in the headlights, because they'd never had it before, do you know what I mean? As soon as that wall running started coming into it, people that had played Titanfall, remember when Titanfall came out, you're like, I can run without touching the fucking ground ever. I don't ever have to touch the ground in Titanfall.
That sounds like me on a Saturday night. Running up the high street, I'm not touching the ground.
I know a lot of people like that as well, to be fair.
I think we've all been there at one point in our lives, mate.
Kelly, you get an opinion on why 12-year-olds are so much better
I think
at computer games?
Yeah, well, for example, my 7-year-old, he can't beat me at computer games, but he basically plays all the time, just like I probably did when I was a kid. I think part of the problem now with older people is people.
But when me and you were kids, Kelly, the controller had 3 buttons. It had A, B and C, and they all done the same thing. They all jumped.
When I was a kid, my first controller had 2 buttons, just A and B, thank you very much. The third button was a
I guess this is alright, because we've got a bit of an age gap now. Because my first ever console was a PlayStation 2.
Was it?
What?
Yep, that was my first ever console. I was 5 years old. I'm 20.
Right, okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2. So what was your first game? What was your first game?
My first game was Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup.
Quidditch, man. I see. I've never ever really been into Harry Potter, but wow, Quidditch, man. I mean,
yeah, it was a full. To be honest, it was if that game came out today, I think people would be like, what is this? Because the tutorial was literally you flying through a few hoops, and then you were just chucked into it. You played through the school league first, and then after that, you didn't even get to follow the same players. It wasn't like, in FIFA these days where you follow this one player through his whole career. It's like, oh yeah, so yeah, whoever's like your team captain in the Seeker, here, have tickets to go watch the World Cup. And then you go and play as a team. And you just see you players in the stands watching. And then you have to win the cup. And then that's it, game's done.
That sounds magic, mate. It sounds like the best game.
I actually think, like, I had quite a few Harry Potter games. I had the Lego ones, I had the normal one. The normal ones based on the movie were, when you look at them now, you're like,
what is it with Lego games making an appearance in this podcast? Fuck off with your Lego games. We don't want to talk about your Lego games.
No, Lego games will stay forever.
To be fair, I played 7 of them.
With me, it was fucking Super Mario, the SNES, fucking SNES and Sega Mega Drive. That was my kind of... Yeah, man. That was my kind of...
My introduction to video gaming was Sonic and Mario.
Sonic, mate. Do you remember the Star one?
One of my Star Wing, Star Fox.
Wing.
Aye, Star Fox.
No. I remember Star Fox with the Nintendo, but the other one where you were literally it was like Sonic, but you were a star. That ran about Starly or something like that.
I think you had the Chinese knockoff, mate.
I
think you had the Chinese knockoff.
No.
He that chipped Sega.
It was a big game at the time. Like, I used to love that game. I don't know what it was called.
No idea what it is, man.
What it was called,
you were a wee star. You are a wee star.
Prime Star was a Mega Drive game, and you were a star, and it was like a platformer like Sonic.
Ah, well, there you go. It was that then, Rising Star.
What was it called?
No, Rise.
Oh,
Rise Star.
yeah. Rise Star, yeah, man, thank you. Yeah,
There
that
you
was
go.
fucking magic. I used to love that game. Me and my cousin used to bash that out all the time. Yeah.
Right, but gaming platforms, this week, Discord have announced that they're planning to take on Steam as a competitor, adding new features to Discord, like the ability to launch any game on your own PC. Discord told Variety.com, we've been mulling this idea over for some time. We wanted to build an amazing platform that people could use every day, and we wanted to grow that platform before focusing too much on monetization, right? Now see, this is a very admirable statement, especially as it goes on as well. So with 150 million users, timing felt right. We knew we didn't want to sell ads or user data. Well done, Discord. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to put ads all over Discord, and they don't want to sell our user data. Basically, every other website does, and it's the dirty way to make money. So they had two options left on the table. They said cosmetics or content, right? Nitro, seen Twitch, Discord Nitro. That was their attempt at cosmetics. Now they're adding games to that subscription and building a retail store round about it.
So what are they trying to? Are they trying to like basically like what? Like games for gold is like giving you free games a month, or is it like
if you're a Nitro subscriber, that's what I was going to lead on and say. Like after I asked you how you felt, but the beta is starting in Canada on Thursday the 21st, 3rd of August. Only in Canada, right? As that's where the beta is, and it's going to 50,000 randomly selected Canadian users. Initially, for Windows PC, from Thursday, Nitro users will have access to 11 free games. Those games will be Saints Row 3. Metro Last Light Redux, Darksiders War Mastered Editions, D-Blob, Tormentor X Punisher, Dandara, Cathy Rain, Goner, Kingdom New Lands, System Shock Enhanced Edition, and Super Meat Boy. That's what the free games will be. So how would you think about that? I think it's good that somebody's actually going to try and give some competition in that sort of market, because let's be honest, Steam's got the monopoly there. Good Old Games is good, but it doesn't have any of the new games. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't compete there. Whereas these guys hopefully might compete in the new market, might have some sales when the game drops. Do you know what I mean? Better deals. What do we think? Anybody get an opinion on that?
This might just be me thinking in a naive little 20-year-old way, but I like what they're doing, and the free game thing it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Free game's a good idea. But when you're going up against a company like Steam, who have been around for how long?
10, 15 years.
Yeah, you're going to get, and
Steam
they've already what is it? Gaben sleeps on a whole bed of money. Like I'm just worried if they are going to do it. I'd rather they done it in like a separate thing. So they had Discord, like the service that we're using right now, and then Discord, the shop, because I think if they liked it, it would be so easy for.
I think that's what they're doing. I think they're having Discord as it is, and then a Discord game shop. I think that's what they're going to do. It'll be linked to the server, and you will be able to launch your games through Discord. But the games are only going to be free if you actually go Twitch Nitro. So you'd have to be paying their subscription, which is the new anyway. Do you know what I mean? For the bigger server space, being able to upload videos and that to Discord servers, because you can't really upload much more than a GIF to Discord, do you?
To 8 megabytes. It's
Aye.
crazy. But I don't know, like, my thoughts on it, it depends, because it depends on how much money they're making. It's going to require a shit ton of capital, because at the end of the day, if they come into the market, then what Steam's going to do is Steam's going to say, you can be on our platform, but you have to basically sign an agreement, which means that you're only going to use our platform to sell to, say, the PC side of things, or obviously through like shops and stuff like that. So Steam will just cut them off unless they've got the capital to get deals. For example, like the free games, they'll have to pay for that out of their own pocket, obviously, to make agreements. So unless they've got a shit ton of capital, like to put behind it, to get exclusives, to do all that kind of things, then I don't really see how they're going to break into the market. It's a good idea. Competition is always a good idea. It drives down prices, but how they're going to get a foothold in the market is kind of beyond me, to be honest, because as soon as they do, I think Steam will do what Microsoft do and what Sony do, and just cut them off. Like,
But
so
they
they're all
can't either.
exclusive.
It's not as if they owe Steam own the games, though. Do you know what I mean?
No, but it's if they want to use Steam as a platform, Steam will put in stipulations that mean that they can only, if they're going to sell online digital retail copies and they want to be on the Steam, the biggest market, then Steam will force them to sign agreements where they can use Steam as a store, but they can only sell via Steam, and they'll just cut them off that way.
Yeah, Steam already have the footprint to do that, so.
Yeah.
But I feel as if I feel like if they do that, it'll wreck their reputation. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like Valve's the sort of company that will do that, though. The same way as the spokesman for Discord's here quoted as saying, we don't want to sell ads or user data. Do you know what I mean? They're a different breed. Do you know what I mean? They're a different breed of businessman. And that's why he's saying that we didn't want to monetize the platform until we had a good user base. Now they've got 150 million users, they monetize the platform. Say half the people don't like it, that's 75 million users. That's a good start. Do you know what I mean?
True. But at the end of the day, it's business practice.
But when you look at Valve's numbers as well, like Steam last year, 130 million users. Discord's got 150. Do you know what I mean? But that was last year. Valve could have went up in that time. That's probably why they're quoting the numbers. Because Valve is bigger than 150 million now, so they tell you when Valve was smaller, so it makes them look better. That's just marketing, bit, ain't it?
Well, I did just check, and it said that Discord's net worth right now is 20 million compared to Steam's, which is 70 million.
Yeah.
But it says Steam is sitting on a profit margin of about 55 million.
So they're sitting on a profit margin that's almost 3 times Discord's value.
Yeah.
Like,
it's Valve though, not just Steam, isn't it? Valve is a conglomerate, makes a lot more money than just 70 million.
Like I'm just saying, what's stopping when Discord do this? Steam just going, cool, here's 100 million.
Or buying a huge share in them.
What's stopping that?
Yeah, or just buy them outright and just become part of Valve anyway. So
buy your way onto the board and then make a really good argument. That's
I'm always surprised no one's bought Discord anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
I think it's probably because of this in mind. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I've never started a small company, but see if I poured my life into something and then somebody tried to come along and buy it from me and take ownership of it, I'd be like, no, that's mine.
Hi, Steve Jobs.
But then if you're WhatsApp, and then who the fuck was it now that bought them over? Was it Facebook that bought them over? I think it was. They
just Instagram and Snapchat and everything. Facebook just went straight on and bought them.
2 billion. Do you know what I mean? Fucking 2 billion, mate. I sat here for like 3 years, and I'm starting. The money's starting to come in, and I've made my first million. I'm going to make my next million in another year. Here, mate. Do you want 2 billion? Do you want two billion pound? Fuck it. I'll sound mate. You just take the project. I don't give a fuck.
See if somebody gave me £2 billion like for a company or something, and like taking my previous statement in the account, I'd still be like, do you know what? Fuck it. That's too much money to say no to. I'm going to hire the equipment, buy a fucking huge cable that I can lay under the sea, buy myself a private island, get a mint internet connection, and say no cunts allowed on my island.
It's a brilliant idea, man.
Just lock everybody.
Tell you what, we've got an island next to Cramond Island in Edinburgh that nobody goes on. Like, that looks alright. Like,
no, but it's next to
that's some prime real estate.
I'm surely wants to see somewhere nice and warm.
I'm talking like go somewhere like fucking buy a Canary Island. Do you know what I mean?
Somewhere with a bit of sunshine.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Buy a fucking iceberg. Do you know what I mean? Like fuck it.
One of the private ones in Dubai where they make them themselves. Artificial islands, mate.
You could get it shaped like a cock.
You could.
An island to suit its owner. I'll be on that like, yes, mate.
But talking about cocks, right? What do you think about this Philip Mushin guy that completely plagiarised Boomstick Gaming's fucking review of Dead Cells? He was working for IGN.
I'm not going to talk about this one because this is the first I've heard of this. So
he was working for IGN at the time. Basically, plagiarism. It's
I know
Like
that.
he copied. Basically, the question is, how do we feel about plagiarism? Not about this particular instance. This particular instance just been talked about just now. So let's jump on that bandwagon and talk about it. Do you know what I mean? How do we feel about plagiarism in journalists? Do you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
shit. Come on.
It's totally
what else to
shite.
say?
It's totally
What else
fucking
to-
shite. But like, copying somebody else's work and trying to pass it off as your own. Do you know what I
don't
mean?
get- I don't get
Yeah.
how
I
you
got
could've
told
thought
off
to
for
get
that
away with it.
in high school, so it shouldn't be allowed. No. If I wasn't allowed to do it in high school, it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, but in today's world where everything,
Nobody can.
in today's world where everything's bloody gone over with a tooth comb and social media, how the hell do you expect to get away with that?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
True enough, man.
It's like, see this particular guy, this Philip guy, since he's been found out, there's a few people that's took to Twitter, a few journalists, and they've been like, this isn't the first time you've done this, mate. I've been looking back over your stuff. And he's like, oh, feel free to point out any of the other stuff then. Like, pure confident in himself, right? And see, the thing is, it's like there's been 5 or 6 other fucking videos of his other reviews. He's like, here's the review you're plagiarising, here's the dates, 2 days later you upload this review and it's just fucking the same. Do you know what I mean? It's like literally primary school level copying. Do you know what I mean? It's like, holy shit. Do you know what I mean?
Even then, you don't even need to be like have some like fancy stuff. You could literally like I can take a passage, like I could take what Yaldi just put in the chat, right? Go on Google, put that in Google, and it will show me every article that has anything remotely similar to that. Like I don't see how you could think you could get away with it if you can literally Google it.
But the thing is, a lot of like it depends what aspect you're talking about plagiarizing, because, like quite often, if it comes to like ideas and thingy, what am I trying to say? When it comes to like ideas and concepts, like I can't think of the word. I'm too fucking hungover. When it comes to ideas, usually it rests on the person with all the money, basically steals it from the little guy, and then just fucking absolutely litigates them into the ground with lawyers, and just makes like ends up paying them off for their, like, for example, Steve Jobs being the fucking prime suspect and that kind of thing, taking people's intellectual fucking content, their intellectual property. That's the word I was looking for. And then plagiarizing that, but plagiarizing is supposed not the right word in that regard. But like, there's that kind of like stealing of ideas and content, and these kind of people, even though there's the internet, even though there's all the fucking free sharing of information and it's easy to find out, it doesn't really matter in the end up, because it just absolutely crushed them under the weight of money that they've got.
Well, this is true. But that's a good lead on to the next question, or the next topic, is Nintendo are actually going to war on emulation on PC. They've sued two .coms, Love Retro and LoveRoms.com, because they're basically selling emulated versions of their games. How do we feel about that? Like, I feel that's a legally grey area, right? Like, it's not really that easy to get hold of fucking all the old games now, do you know what I mean? They don't work sometimes. They've not got the connections in your TV. People don't know how to work the TV and the old technology. All these different problems. And emulation's really been keeping games alive that would otherwise be completely fucking dead.
Exactly.
And then Nintendo's coming out and going, oh, to save our image, we're going to sue you guys. When I agree with them in a sense, but I disagree. It's such a, like I say, it's so grey. It's such a grey area. Like, I agree, it's their property, and these other people are remaking it, and then they're putting it out there, but they're not selling it. They're not selling it. They're giving it away for free just to make sure that these games are remembered and appreciated. How do we feel about that?
It's because of Japanese law. It's not that they want to. Because of Japanese law, if they do not defend their copyright over that, then that means they give away their copyright, and then anybody can use the Nintendo image. It's because of a weird way that the Japanese copyright law is put down, so that if you refuse, regardless of the situation, regardless of its old games, if they refuse to defend their copyright, then they waiver their right to their own copyright. It's a really fucked up way that it's written into Japanese law, so they don't actually have any option but to defend that copyright. Otherwise, they end up giving away the rights to then anyone can come along, basically copy the Mario image.
It's almost like
they don't defend
how territorial claims worked in the Middle Ages, ain't it? It's like, do you know what I mean? If somebody came and fucking burned one of your village down, if you didn't go chase them with an army, that village was now theirs to rebuild. Kind of like that,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You had to go out and chase them with an army. You had to be seen to chase people, and I think that's what kind of the Japanese law is, if that's actually what it is. But it does make sense. It does totally make sense.
On the note of what you're saying to Stabs, it's not quite what you're thinking there. It's not a case of if you don't defend it, you lose it. It's a case of because you would just not have that case, as in if you didn't defend that particular infringement, then that infringement would get away with it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that then it allows the copyright doesn't exist, basically. Anyone can then copy that without then infringing on the copyright, because they've not defended the copyright to one specific case of that. Like, so it's not quite in the same in that manner to what you're saying, if that makes sense. I'm not sure of the specifics, but there's something along that lines.
This isn't the first time that Nintendo's done this, though, is it?
No.
Because they've been doing this, like, what is it? If you speak about their stuff negatively or something on YouTube, they just actually no. I think it's if you even use anything from Nintendo, they just automatically strike it.
Well, they have been doing a lot of stuff to protect their image recently, but it's not as if they need to. Everybody fucking loves them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Nintendo. Some of my favourite fucking moments in my or memories from my childhood are sitting playing on Nintendo. Do you know what I mean? It's like they don't need to defend themselves. We all love you, Nintendo. Do you know what I mean? What we're trying to say is stop acting dickish sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that uncle, we all love you, just didn't be a cunt.
Aye, stop telling my bird to shut up and sit down. She doesn't need to be heard. Do you know what I mean?
Stop touching my Wayne.
Aye. We move on to the next subject. What do we think about gaming phones being a possibility? This is just
there already is one.
There's already a gaming phone in existence.
Aye, Razer made a gaming phone.
The Engage, mate.
Oh, the Engage, fucking hellfire.
Like, the argument it's already been made is probably a good one. Do you know what I mean? Like, for the PSP wasn't a phone, but let's be honest, it wouldn't have been hard to make that thing a phone. You could have done that in a garage. Do you know what I mean? With a solder iron. Aye, like something like a PSP. A Game Boy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, a fucking Game Boy could have a phone in it.
Actually, didn't LG
just sellotape a Nokia 3310 to the back of your Game Boy, man.
I'm pretty sure LG made a phone that had joysticks.
Oh man, I've never ever seen a fucking like a gaming phone in it. I never knew it was possible. It's just I just marked it down there talking about the possibility of a gaming phone. But I don't even know if I would buy one, because
I wouldn't.
Do you know what I mean? I don't like the phone. How can you stream good quality stream for your phone? Do you need to get a capture card? Like,
hey guys, SMViper here. Today we'll be playing Clash of Clans. Oh wait, there's a fucking ad.
Candy Crush.
But here, fucking PUBG and Fortnite and that's on mobile now, so I mean, it's not exactly.
Have you tried playing
Fortnite
on your phone though?
Games out there for them anymore. It's getting like in the last few years, it's impressive the leaps that mobile gaming is actually taken from things like fucking Clash of Clans and Candy Crush to genuine games that you can. It's no longer taking your imagination or that to sort of feed into it to make it come alive. It's a genuine game. You know what I mean? So
I just don't like the buttons. Like sometimes see like if you're trying to play a PlayStation game on a phone, the buttons are all on the screen and all that. You're like, but I want to see that bit of the screen. Do you know what I mean? My pure thumbs, pure touching it. Like how does that work? Did they give us joysticks like the one you were talking about, Viper?
I'm actually pretty sure. Actually, I'm going to post this in chat so people can see as well.
Aye, bash in, man.
Samsung have done this. They've made a deal with Fortnite that if you get their new phone, you can download Fortnite early access on your Android phone and you get a skin.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
So they're
Now-
actually fucking plugging it. It's Epic Games that are like, let's make this a market. Let's take the biggest game out there right now and put it on a phone.
How much are they making? Jesus.
Is it going to be cross-platform?
It's a free game.
Mate, that's freemium.
How much
That's the
money do you
freemium model.
make?
200, was it 2 or 300 million in a month?
That's disgusting.
I mean, think about this.
It's not
right?
even that good of a game.
Think about this. How many
I
times
spend most time in the loading lobby.
How many times are you going to have a spare fiver? Quite a lot, right? And see when you convince yourself that, oh, that game was free, just put the fiver in it. Ah, it was free. How many fivers have been in Fortnite like that? Well more than there would have been spent on it if it was a 40 quid game. You know what I mean? The way I look at Destiny and I'm like, nah, I'm not putting money in that for silver. No, it's no, you're not getting my fucking money. I fucking spent money on you. Whereas people are like, Fortnite, it was free. There's a fiver. There's a fiver. There a wee fiver. Fortnite's like, cheers for your fiver. Cheers for your fiver.
Fortnite is now officially the grandson or granddaughter of gaming, where we're the grandparents. Oh, what's that? Here, have a fiver for some sweeties.
Try to get it to go away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking Activision are still set on pumping out fucking map packs at £30 a fucking season pass, man.
Oh, Activision will always be a bit pumping out shit like that, man.
They're all fucking getting with the times. They're like, do you know what? You can have free content. Just buy our skins. Activision's like, fuck you. You're going to buy all the points and all the maps, and you're going to spend £60 slap bang on the game. Give me your money.
EA.
Right, guys, remember, if you click at the top of the chat, there's a chat stream room, podcast questions. If you put any questions you want to ask any of us in there, and we'll check them in like 10-15 minutes. But aye, we'll move on to the next section, and we'll talk about sort of similar as Nintendo protecting its image with putting down emulators. But Bethesda recently blocked the sale of a pre-owned Evil Within 2 copy on eBay, right? And the reason they blocked it is because it was still in the wrapper. It was still in the cellophane, right? But see, like, this guy had bought the game, right? Intended to buy a PlayStation, and then ended up buying a PC because he got a better deal, right? So he's left with this game. What do you do with it? Do you know what I mean? When you've lost the receipt and all that, you sell it on the internet, didn't you? And then, do you know what I mean? You sell it on the internet for like half the price or something. That's what you do when you've got something you don't want, regardless if it's a game. Do you know what I mean? It's like, are Lego going to block the sale of a box of Lego that I was bought? I mean, I've got a box of Lego sitting that somebody bought me when I was 13, and I'm like, I'm too old for Lego now. I don't want that fucking Lego.
If you didn't want it, I'll take it.
Do you know what I mean? It's still wrapped in the cellophane. It's still completely brand new. Do you know what I mean? Is a Lego going to block the sale of that? Like, fucking hell, Bethesda, what is up to? What do you think about that?
Supposedly they sold it because the guy said it was new, and you couldn't prove it was new, even though it was in cellophane and stuff. I mean, what? I don't even know.
He could have just taken like kitchen foil.
Just wrapped in tin foil.
It's new, I swear. It's not
pure
blocky
new,
cocaine.
man. It's pure new. He's pure fucking cut wee holes into it, man. Let's get a pure perforated line. Tear here with a permy. Tear here, man.
I'm confused as to how Bethesda stopped somebody from, like, for example, if I was sitting here with a game, how is Bethesda first of all managed to find out that I'm trying to sell a game? I mean, where are they hiding the cameras?
Because they've got a marketing department where they go into eBay every day and go, bum, who's selling our stuff? Does it meet our standards? And they've come up to this post and it's sitting there in the cellophane. They're like, what the flying fuck? That's still in the cellophane.
How have they managed to stop the sale? Like, I don't understand this. I'm not following.
By emailing and reporting to eBay. Right? See, if you had to email and report to eBay or I had to do it, oh, by the way, this is a shite cunt, this cunt's being shite, right? They're going to be like, fuck off, it's just one cunt, right? But see when they see when the guy reads their email and goes, holy shit, is that Bethesda? Boss, this looks like that's Bethesda. That is Bethesda. He says that they're complaining about us. Take it down, can't be dealing with a legal case. Boom, takes 10 minutes. Takes 10 minutes. All they need to do is find it when it's up. And they
I just don't understand why this has been. I don't understand. I missed the first part of what you said, to be honest, and I just
Like,
don't understand
just how do we feel about it? They blocked the sale of Evil Within 2 when it was still in the cellophane.
I'm just more confused as to why the fuck do Bethesda care?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, but like companies like Game and I don't know what they're doing in America, GameStop. I don't know. Don't know what they're doing in other countries, but I'm sorry, but if I remember when I was, you have all these like a big pile of games you don't want no more. You've played like 4 of them. So what'd you do? You take them to Game, and you get £3 for 147 games in a CD.
Aye, and see if you took in that Evil Within 2 game, right, still in the cellophane, the wee guy at the front desk would have been fucking licking his lips. Still in
I'll
the
give you
cellophane.
£1.50.
Yeah, they'd have bought that second hand and sold it on as fucking.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Bought that for fuck all and sold it as brand new.
Yeah,
Man.
but do you remember a few years ago?
Do
Do you remember a few years ago as well that Xbox tried to stop people from? They tried to put it on the disc, something on the disc that you couldn't give a copy of the game to one of your friends.
Do you remember how that went out though?
Do you remember how that went? Do you remember the PlayStation ad campaign? PlayStation made a few ads and it was, here is how you give your friend a game on PlayStation. It's just like, all right, Harry. All right, Jim. Here's a game, mate. Cheers, Harry. Catch you, Jim. It was like a fucking 15-second advert, man. For like fucking 100 million views in 10 minutes, man. But
what do you do with all the games you don't want anymore? www.gumtree.com.
Exactly. It's got to be like that recycling bin. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. But,
it's like, it's just, it seems that like, I don't even know what half of these companies are on. Because
they're drunk on
like,
power, I think, man.
It was the same with Bethesda and the Creation Club. Like, what were they thinking?
What's Bethesda and the Creation Club?
Bethesda tried. So do you know how modding is a huge part of like Skyrim and Fallout 4? Bethesda basically made something called the Creation Club, where people, I don't even know if it was people. Shut up. I don't even know if it was people who could basically they made their own version of Nexus basically, and they would then charge for the mods. And they then tried to, I don't know if they tried to block other mods, but they'd be charging like £10 for some horse armor. Actually, if I'm right, Yaldi, are you still in the chat?
Yaldi was talking about horse armor last week in this.
Yeah, because I watched it on my way home from work.
He was talking about that.
Because he was talking. They talked about the Creation Club, and it's the same with Can you shut up?
He's like, let me on the podcast, man.
I'm trying to talk to people.
He's like, I've got an opinion. Bethesda are bastards.
Hold on. Two seconds.
Aye, quickly. HighlandRocket, what's your favourite dinosaur?
Triceratops, mate, because it's the first one that came into my head. Too much Fortnite, mate.
Kelly, what's your favourite dinosaur?
What's your thing?
Stegosaurus.
Stego, man, with fucking...
Yep.
Oh, man, Stego's quite good. Fucking whip you with its big pointy tail, take your eye out.
Exactly.
Big Triceratops would be like that. Watch out, Stego, that'll take your eye out, man. Hey, sorry, Viper, what were you saying there?
My favourite is the Dragon Zord from Power Rangers.
The Dragon Sword from Power Rangers. That's not a dinosaur, mate.
Find the T-Rex from Power Rangers.
It's got to be Power Rangers. Got to be, man. Aye. Is any yous get anything that you want to talk about?
I'm just quickly reading Yaldi's comment.
Silence was the answer.
Well, see, to be honest, I would call talk about the news. Let's make this. Let's be current and hip and all that kind of shite. Let's talk about Black Ops 4. Any of you played Black Ops 4?
Nope.
Not played it yet, but I do want to.
Well, you know what? I'll just fucking talk about Black Ops. Nah,
I do want to get a try.
You need to give it a try. You need to jump on the bandwagon. It's a good game. It kind of annihilates. It puts it back down to. It bridges the gap between old COD and new COD. So it is boots on the ground, but you've got your slides. Like you've got the same sliding thing. It's not nearly as long, but it's good because it stops people camping. It gives you a counter to camping. Say someone's camping in the corner, you can slide round and sort of shoot them. Do you know what I mean? So there's also a huge time to kill. But to be honest, out of all the CODs that's been out, especially of the new sort of more futuristic ones, it's definitely something
huge time to kill. Like it's a longer time to kill.
Yeah, it takes like 7 to 8 bullets to put somebody down instead of the like 3 to 4 kind of thing. Like you used to have a burst, you know the 3-shot burst, in the original CODs, it would put somebody, if you hit all 3 bullets, they would go down in one shot. It takes 2 of them, so six of the sort of heavy damage rifles takes 6 of those bullets to put somebody down.
Holy
so the
shit.
time to kill
that might actually be quite a good change. Because I like a longer time to kill.
It is in some respects, but then it's not in the other because you've still got single shot rifles. So then basically you've got the situation where you're running about, you're putting like 4 bullets in somebody, and then they've turned around with their sniper rifle, their single shot sniper rifle. They've had the time to be shot, turn around, find the sight on you, and shoot you and put you down before you can even kill them because you're having to unleash half a clip. So it's got its pros and it's got its cons. At the end of the day, what do we call it? Hardcore is going to come out soon. So hardcore mode, when hardcore mode will come out with the finished game, and that's obviously a way to fix that. If you're not happy about the high time to kill, then drop in hardcore mode, and you'll have the same sort of single shot one shot down experience.
I do like the idea of a longer time to kill. I do, because you can start getting shot and you can fucking, do you know what I mean? You can react to it. You've got more time to react. You've got more time to do. Oh yes, that cunt that get the drop on me. I now can't see me, and I'm going to sneak around the corner and kill him, and he's going to get salty as fuck.
Yeah, man. It's nothing worse than like unleashing a clip and you getting the drop on somebody, unleashing on them, then they turn around and put you down. Just like bam, bam, headshot down. It's like assault flows, mate.
No, they play the game.
Is that? It's not just me then, is it? Judging by your faces, it's not
Can
just me.
anyone hear that, or is it just me?
No. Oh, hello, lesbian ass licking. Hello.
Oh wow! Welcome, impeach Donald Trump.
That's all I'm hearing just now.
Welcome to the stream, man. Aye, Kelly.
COD, we can't hear you, mate.
No, we can't.
Oh, mate, mine's as fuck.
That's all I'm hearing, mate.
Right, 2 seconds in.
Is it same with the street?
I don't know what's happening. 2 seconds, I'll bring it straight back up. Something happened in my Discord. Something happened. It's opening back up. No dropped a single frame.
Hey, it's me. Hiya.
Hello. I don't know what happened there. Is the stream done?
There we go. I can hear you now.
I don't know what happened.
Is the stream alright?
Aye, stream's fine. I was on it. Looks fine.
Because people in the chat are saying gone.
No, that's just lesbian ass looking, mate. With a name like that, they're about to talk a lot of shite.
Right, so stream's good, aye. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck knows what happened there. I thought it was Kelly because I don't know. His camera stopped and everybody else's was still moving.
Just blame me. It's fine. I don't mind taking the blame.
Blame Kelly. Fuck.
Right, I haven't. Back to the subjects. I haven't bought Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3 because, well, no, actually, no. That's I got Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 is a good game,
and even then I was like,
all right, a good game. Yes, but I agree with that.
After I just saw them trying to be like Halo. I just lost it. Like, being honest, when I played Call of Duty, it wasn't about jumping about, and it wasn't about slamming down on people and
it was
buying
hard
loot boxes.
The corner right in front of you.
Like my Call of Duty days were, if I had a problem with someone, it'd be like, cool, 8 o'clock, 1v1 Rust, quick scopes only.
1v1 Rust. Get up the top of Rust.
Back in the day, boys.
You play a free for all on Rust. That was just carnage.
Fucking mayhem, mate. Mayhem.
I actually watched someone on YouTube manage to get a Moab while
It's a
playing a
Moab.
free for all on Rust, and I'm like, how did you just survive that long? Like,
What's a
Pro
Moab?
skills, mate.
I'm pure at a touch. What is Moab?
the mother of all bombs.
All right.
Basically a nuke.
Aye, nuke.
I mentioned nuke, man.
This is why the things I don't like about Call of Duty as well is, right? See, if you've got to put the same thing in a different game, so they need to make up a shit name for it. Just call it a nuke. Do you know what I mean? They need to call that a Moab.
The Moab was always called the Moab in real life, so.
Yeah. You see, like the thing with Call of Duty is Call of Duty used to be, but then there's a reason I think as well it's deviated a wee bit. But Call of Duty used to be all about
Call
controlling
of Duty
lines
ate
of
my
fire
dog.
and yeah. But it used to be controlling lines of fire and reading the map, so sort of reading when spawn, knowing when other people are going to spawn, and how people are going to move through the map, and just sort of holding that line of fire. And then it just changed, didn't it? It just became fucking, like you said, more Halo-esque Call of Duty. Not Call of Duty, more Halo-esque kind of gameplay, fucking jumping about. Like you couldn't really
Just give me Modern Warfare
total
2,
carnage.
man.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare
2 was
2
amazing.
with marathon, lightweight, attack knife, and you literally run about with your attack knife, stabbing people in the back because you're too fast and you're running behind them. Then you get to 4 kills or 5 kills, whatever it was for your care package. You don't throw your care package. You just make sure you've got your grenade in your hand, and it basically doubles your lightweight perk. So you're now twice as fast as you were before, and you just get this punch animation to kill people. Modern Warfare 2 was brilliant doing that. Running about favela like that. Punch, throwing knife, punch, throwing knife, man. Loved it. Loved that shit. Love Call of Duty for that.
Yeah.
Like, just being able to run behind folk in a team deathmatch. But now I don't like team deathmatch. Now I'm maybe a control player, or do you know what I mean?
Search and destroy.
No, I don't like search and destroy because you've only got one life. Fuck that shit.
Alright.
Do you know what I mean? I'm too reckless with my life. Sometimes I get I got a lot of lives where, like, my average KD in Destiny is 1.6, right? So I'm not too bad at Crucible, right? But there's some of the games where I'm just being so aggressive that I get 1 kill, die, 1 kill, die, 1 kill, die, and I'm like, this is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? See, if I'm having one of the games in search and destroy, then it's 1 kill, die.
Wait for 3 minutes.
Aye, and the boredom just gets me, man. The boredom just gets
These
me.
days, 3 minutes is a long time.
Aye, man, 3 minutes is a fucking long time. It's a hell of a long time, especially in this age we live in, when we've all got a 12-second attention span. Do you know what I mean?
Well, even then, like,
tell me, I'm more like 6 to 5 seconds. So,
but you see my
speaking
point.
of older games as well, like I remember you talking last week as well about these games going on the cloud. I'm like, but one of the things he mentioned was the fact that if your internet goes down, you still have your games. You still have Skyrim. You still have the cool survival. You have zombies and stuff. Like, if you take that away, we're gonna go absolute Wyatt on something. Like, we're gonna find real zombies to kill.
yeah.
We're gonna go out of the streets and just start hitting people with a shovel.
Well, you just have to look at the chaos now when, like, PlayStation goes down and stuff. The PlayStation goes down, and that's just multiplayer games.
Where's my credit card information?
It's so true, but man,
the
it's so
electric
true.
goes off and there's riots and all that. Aye, man. But yeah, but I would never. And then the thing is as well, if like on the note of actually relating back to what you were saying about Bethesda, when you have your games on the cloud, you do not maintain ownership of your games anymore. They're not physical property that belongs to you. You're not buying the disc. You don't own that game anymore. Even though you basically buy the privilege of renting it at their disposal. If they want to change, if they want to switch off their service, like you said, if the internet goes down, it doesn't actually belong to you. It's a waste of money. You're basically paying to rent something, like, which is obviously it's great and all that, but in terms of it's convenient, like, but in the long run it's shite because you don't own. You're paying the same money that somebody else would pay to get to own something, to rent it. you know. So
Aye, right, but think about this, right? This is being a bit of a prick, right? Just for reference when I say it. Think about the next generation. Just because you want a wee bit of plastic, you're going to have a wee bit of plastic, and then when that wee bit of plastic's no use, you're going to throw it down some whale's throat, and that whale's going to die. Horrible human being. But
oh,
do you know what
Willie,
I mean?
how did you die? I got a copy of Killing Floor 2.
But that is a good argument against, like, or for digital downloads and stuff like that. Is the world's not going to get full of useless plastic?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, they should keep it as, like, if you pay this money, you own the game. Like,
But
you own a
don't
copy
own
of the game.
You own that license to play the game. The same way, like, as we were talking about earlier. See that guy that's put his Evil Within in the cellophane and sold it? He's selling a license to play that game. A license that was his. Do you know what I mean? So I don't see the problem with him having sold that game. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same point. It's like, the license is yours. Do you know what I mean? You own the license to play that game. You should always have the license to play that game. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Like, say for instance, like, I believe, right, if say, like, you're moving somewhere where you've not got any internet connection, right, and you've been buying all your games on digital download on PlayStation 4, and you're moving away from somewhere that has an internet connection, I think it should be your right to message PlayStation in some sort of way with obviously proof that you're not going to be able to use their internet stuff anymore, and then they should send you free of charge, or maybe just delivery costs, the physical copies of those games, because you own the license to those games and you're not going to be able to use them.
Should we do an experiment
Yeah.
here? Right.
You do actually own the game, by the way, because you can copy. You own the code.
Yeah.
You don't own the license of the code, because if you own the license, then you could sell the game. You own that single copy of the code, because that. Well, it depends. It depends on countries, but you're actually legally entitled to copy the information on that disc.
As long as you're not selling it, of course, because it's still your license. You have a license to play the game. Basically, your physical copy of any game is your proof that you have the license for that game. Do you know what I mean? Like, if somebody thought you were selling pirated games, and you had copies of games in your house, but you never ever sold them, right? And the reason you had copies...
Oh my god, my girlfriend just hosted the stream. Hi, Vanessa.
But imagine you had kids, right? Imagine you've got kids, and those kids are notoriously in about all your stuff, and they pull your video games out and they scratch your video games. So you, as a fucking smart father, as soon as you get those video games, you copy them onto your PC. So as if a disc gets scratched or a disc gets broke, you just print it after the PC and you've got another copy of your game, because your kids are bastards and they're wrecking your shit.
Speaking of that, right, okay, so here's the experiment. This is a copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2 in the cellophane. I promise you.
I promise you. He's got your cling film wrapped around it. No, tinfoil, ain't it?
If somebody wants to buy this. All we need now is that, like, you know, that gif of the FBI just storming into a house. That's what we need to do right now.
Mate, you live in Scotland, it'll be fucking two fat coppers, man. They'll be like, mate, geez it. Can't be asked for your shit.
Copy too, pal.
Got to turn that camera off, because if people see me doing this, I'll have to write a report. Turn the camera off, come on.
Ooh, it's all about the Xbox, so get
where you
off.
got your PS2 chipped from. Or how you got the chip by.
I got my PlayStation 2 stuff from CX. Because...
What, chipped? You went to CX and they chipped it for you?
No.
So
Promise isn't it?
Is it you didn't go into it to not get this chipped?
It's Vanessa's Chinese family's knockoff one. A shit X.
I think everybody in our generation Rocket had a chipped PlayStation 2. I think everybody did.
My one was really weird because my one was chipped, but I actually think I had my Nintendo Wii chipped as well. But you could I had the weird key that they gave me, and I had to put that in the disc slot and then pull it out manually, then put the game in, then put it in, and that is the only way it could work for somehow.
Oh mate, that sounds stupid as fuck, man. You should. Did you ever try it just without doing it?
Yeah, it didn't work.
All right. I thought that's something I'd tell my wee brother. You have to do this every time, knowing he was never going to check it and just completely believe me.
Did you guys ever go to the shop yourself to get it chipped, or did you take your parents?
Oh no, man! It wasn't the shop, man. It was my dad's pal.
Your dad's pal knew how to chip Xboxes.
Xbox,
My dad worked in the
PlayStations,
boats.
everything, you name it, man. He chipped it. He fucking
My
chipped
dad was
it.
a merchant navy guy, so he knew people from all it was all fucking. It probably was some fucking Chinese lad who worked in the boat with him or something, because he used to get heaps and heaps of all the lads who work merchant navy.
We Chinese guys out in the international waters like nothing's illegal out here.
Yeah, honestly, the fucking shit they get up to international waters, mate, it's insane. And he travelled about, you see, so people who work those kind of jobs, they can get you anything. If you wanted a fucking firearm, they probably get you a firearm, man. They get some dodgy knockoff shit.
Oh yeah, pal, just let me check the boot.
Don't buy firearms.
I don't think that needs to be said, mate.
It does.
What are you thinking about? What kind of audience do you think that we attract, mate?
It's for all the Twitch admins that are watching, do you know what I mean?
What they don't know is that there's actually a massive Better Together campaign just in the corner watching, like, what are these fucks talking about?
Oh no, we got some Scots on the platform.
Oh no, they're online now. They found out how to press the power button.
They managed to get electricity, long time coming.
What you don't see is actually we're actually like pedaling generators below. We've actually got all of our feet are moving. Like you don't see it, but like Cod's no smoking a fag. He's actually trying to make like steam powered, like steam powered generator just to power his microphone right now.
Aye, my microphone. I need to wind it up, mate, before I start streaming.
Dynamic Earth is the best place for us because we just get all these little windy things. Museums sell so many of them because we take them and then power stuff with it.
Fair play.
Well, that joke fell on its fucking arse, didn't it?
I was like, what can I say? I'm trying to lead on to it, trying to save it a wee bit.
Question from Kill Kid Gamer before we finish up. Question: what's the most you've spent on a game, and at least
£100,
and the least you've spent on a game?
Well, free Fortnite.
No, that's no spending it on a game.
Right, okay.
Probably the cheapest I've spent in a game is something stupid like it's probably like £2. Do you know what I mean? Like when I bought Putin Boobs and Trump off of Steam, and what Putin Boobs and Trump is, it's just basically a side-scrolling game. It's a side-scrolling game where you play as Putin, a set of boobs, or Donald Trump, and you've got to fucking beat the game. It's just pure daft. Do you know what I mean? But that's the cheapest one I've ever bought.
Can someone lend me £1?
And the dearest game I ever got was Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I got that with the care package. I got it with a full fucking shebang. I got it with everything it came with. It came with. I've still got the fucking remote control drone. It's a wee four fan drone, man. You fucking fly it about and all that. So that's the most and least I've ever spent in a game. Rocket, what about you?
About £90 for one of the Call of Duty. Was it Call of Duty?
Did you get one of the limited edition packs as well?
No, it was the base game and then the the season pass on top. So it was like £60 for the base game, £30 for the season pass, which is basically all Call of Duties now because you can't buy individual maps from this game onwards. You've got to buy the season pass. So if you want the full gaming experience, all Call of Duties are going to be £90 until they get their act together and start doing what Battlefield and everything's doing, basically. But cheapest is about pretty much, I think it's like 50p, and I think it was for like a second-hand PlayStation 1 game for one of my exes, actually. It was like a Spyro or something.
So you're saying you bought this game second-hand on the black market? Is that what you're saying?
Aye, mate. The underground. But yeah, 50p and...
like that guy for Resident Evil, isn't it? When he opens up his jacket and he's just like, what are you buying?
Like, I was actually really hoping to get something under that jacket. I just looked and just saw you unzip and I was like, God.
Oh no, the nipples are coming out. But what about you, Kelly? Most and least you've ever spent in a game?
the least is an easy one, a bit like Madcap in chat. It's got to be like a couple of pence in Humble Bundle for a load of games. That's always a cheat now, to be fair, for your cheapest you play for a game. The most, though, was StarCraft Collector's Edition, when I got this amazing StarCraft t-shirt with it. And it was like £60 back in like 98. That must be worth a load more by now, 20 years later. But that was like all my money I had when I was a teenager was spent on getting that bloody Collector's Edition. And then I wore it when I went to Alton Towers to meet a load of other StarCraft players that we'd met online on Battle.net. And then I saw them all with Aidan Montgomery. He's in there now. And we saw these guys queued up and said, no, we're too cool to go meet these lot. We went off on our own. Never even told them we turned.
Sounds like a good day, man.
What about you, Viper?
Right. So the cheapest game I've ever got was a present for Vanessa, actually. It was.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say that was the most expensive one.
She knows about this, and we were actually like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Viper was on a mission racing to the rest of. What the fuck? So I just looked over like, "What the fuck's he talking about?" Anyway, it was a. Do you know those big band boxes you got for Guitar Hero?
Oh yes.
I got one of them, and it came with a microphone, 2 guitars, and a drum kit, and a copy of the game for £3.
What?
Mm-hmm. And I was already eyeing it up, and it was only after I saw the price, and I was like, "Look, okay, I don't have a PlayStation 3."
Listen, see when your wee brother's selling all his Guitar Hero stuff and you're like, "Listen, you wee dick, I'm giving you £3 for it," and that's what you're taking. That doesn't count as the cheapest game you've ever bought.
No, but like genuinely, no word of lie as well. And I am 100% serious. I think Vanessa still has it, because you can say in the chat as well if she's still here. I hope she's still here. I've scared her off or something. This was from Game. Like
From
this
Game?
was from Game.
How did it come and there was no
The
circuit
box
boards in them? Was it empty
The box
shelves?
that was in it was ruined. The box was absolutely disgusting. Like, and it was pre-owned and stuff. But like, and actually, wait, Vanessa, did it work? I don't even know if it worked, because I've not been over to play it. I'll message her later and ask her. Anyway, that's the cheapest game I've ever bought. Most expensive game, and you guys are going to laugh so hard at me for this. I am a hype man, and when something gets very hyped and I like the look of it, I join in with said hype.
The first step's admitting it, mate, okay?
Oh no, okay. So I spent £100 on this game.
It's No Man's Sky, wasn't it?
It was.
Fucking £100 on No Man's Sky, and then you get it and you're like, yes, can't do anything that it said I was going to do.
Well, I bought it 2 hours before the pre-sale the pre-sale ended, so I got it just in time. And in with it, I got a ship in game that I could use, which fair dues, it was actually an alright looking ship, the looking X-wing. It was pretty fun. I called it Beans. And then it was supposed to come with an actual physical model of the ship, which didn't arrive.
But they fucked you over in that too? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell, No Man's Sky.
And no, listen to this part. I couldn't even refund it, because when I first got it, I poured 12 hours into the game just trying to find something good with it.
Because you were so hyped about it. Aye.
I
completely understand that, man. Like, it'll be good. I've just not found the goodness yet. I've not got to the
wait till I get to the centre. Wait till I get... and I got to the centre. I finally did get to the centre. And it was fuck all.
You just land on a planet and you're like...
And I was so disappointed. Like, again, sorry I'm mentioning her again. I should really just get her on the podcast. Vanessa felt my wrath that night. I didn't beat her. I want to point out I didn't beat her. I know what you Twitch chat are like. No, it was just a full on like hour and a half rant of what have I done. And now every E3, I just keep in the back of my mind,
Remember No Man's Sky.
Remember No Man's Sky.
So you're a reformed hypist, is what you're saying?
I am. My name is Viper, and I am a reformed hypist.
And that's all we have time for this week on the IndiScots Scots with Soul podcast. Thank you for watching, guys, and thank you HighlandRocket, Killie, and Viper for joining us. We're playing Jackbox in about 10 minutes time, guys, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time, folks. Cheerio.
Bye.
We'll build this network on Scots with Soul. We'll build this network, Scots and Soul. Build this network on Scots with Soul.